It is cold AF degrees outside right now. It'll be a fast pack up today. First footsteps we saw since Dragon's Tooth.
Ain't the only ones.
That's the Keffer Oak in the distance. She's over 300 years old and said to be the largest tree on the southern part of the Appalachian Trail. There she is. Right, about to hit this little road walk, get some food, charge up these batteries. Thank God for still being alive. Big thanks for picking us up, Hazel. So we landed over here at Sean's house in Christiansburg. Hazel picked us up. We were really getting worried. We were sitting there with our thumbs out for a minute. We started walking and this cool old lady picked us up and took us to run a few errands with her and then took us right on into Christiansburg here at Sean's house. So gonna hang out for a bit, get some food tonight, and relax. Yeah, so that was a pretty wild ride yesterday, huh?
I would say the last few days have been a pretty wild ride.
You're right, man. It's been different out there for sure.
Definitely a lot different than the first time you came through, huh?
Oh yeah, a lot colder, a lot more ice. I've never seen this much ice at one time before. It makes for epic views, but it's so tiring. It's something that I've never experienced. So, have you ever like hiked in any of this stuff before?
No, I would say no. And and I mean, even the conditions being not just snow, the ice underneath really made for a very unique, experience. I don't know if you couldn't really tell in the video, but it was, every step was a slip and a crush, a near fall.
Yeah, it's this weird thing when you step, the ice gives, the snow on top of the ice gives, and the ice underneath might give as well, right? It's like when you would typically like brace for a step, you have that first impact, and then you fall in a little bit and you have another impact. It's like every step's like double impact, I definitely had cold feet for the last few days. I know I saw several of you comment about that. I was wearing sealskins in addition to my regular hiking socks, but feet were cold the entire time, and all I could really do to combat that was to keep moving, Sean again had insulated hiking, or they're kind of like a mix between hiking boots and like high top trail runners, huh?
Right.
And you said your feet were cold as well.
They're cold. I mean, putting on those ice blocks in the morning really isn't something that you think that you signed up for. And, tell them about how, the timing of all that and what that was like. It's been a while since I did any kind of a through hike, and so I feel like a newbie out there. I feel like I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what's in my pack, where to put it. And, obviously Jack here has day 383 up on top of McAfee, or just the other day, coming out of shelter. Tell them about how, the timing of how you got to get your stuff right before it's too late.
Yeah, so this is pretty new to me as well. Like, I have a good bit of hiking experience at this point, but when the temperatures get this low, everything starts to be new. There's new problems happening constantly. Yesterday morning when we packed up, after I rolled up my blow-up mat, my hands got so numb. Like from my pinky, like this entire side of my hand was numb on both sides. And I told you when we were packing up, I was like, oh no, like my hands are getting numb fast. I gotta get my shoes on, get my laces tied. I was nervous that they would get too numb to finish tying my shoes and getting ready. And then it's like, well, at that point, you unpack everything and get warm again. Also, we were trying to time it to where we would end up packed up at the same time, because once you pack up, you're out of the quilt. You can't afford to be staying still. You get cold so fast. You should definitely approach something like this with caution. There could be serious consequences if you get out there and you have an injury, you don't have the right kind of gear, if other people don't know you're out there.
Where you're at, you made a few of these precautions.
Yeah, I remember the day I came over Tinker's Cliff, whenever it really started to get sketchy for me. I called you and Randall, so I wanted people to know where I was in case, I lost phone service and slid down the mountain. I have a lot of hiking experience under my belt at this point, from last year to this year, but when the circumstances are this serious outside, when the weather's this serious, everything becomes more stressful. It's a little demoralizing that we're moving this slow, or that I'm moving this slow, but
it's a mile an hour.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
That's it. We're moving like a mile an hour most of the time. It's the terrain, the snow and the ice, but then also like coming out, we stopped several times just to look for the next blaze. You know what I mean?
Look ahead, look
Where
behind.
are we going? And we had good weather. Well, we had, no precipitation yesterday. It was really windy, really cold. But you throw a little bit of snow or rain into the mix like that, then you can't use your phone far out. Your screen's going to be wet trying to look for your cursor. In these conditions, that could be a pretty big deal. And I'd say probably 80% of the time on that ridge, we weren't walking a trail. We were looking at one blaze and then making a beeline to the next blaze, or following bobcat prints.
Yeah. Which was fun. Following the animals was pretty neat.
Yeah, we followed a bobcat for I don't know how long, those prints. It had to be a bobcat. I don't know what else it was.
And they for sure know the route, and You know, a lot of times the trail's in the right spot, and sometimes you can tell when those PUDs, pointless ups and downs, come up. When the cat diverts and you see oh yeah, that's where everything's going. But you know, with the snow and the ice, the trail is a lot of places. It's make your own trail with every step. So pretty exciting.
And I didn't film it yesterday because it was was that yesterday or the day before with the deer? Yesterday. Huh?
Yesterday.
Yeah, I didn't film it. It was a pretty gruesome sight, but we were following these bobcat prints for I don't know how long, right? Looked like he was following trail better than we could. And we made it to the very tip top of this ridge, and all of a sudden you see deer fur everywhere. And off to the side was this little baby deer. It's like this bobcat stalked this deer all the way up to the top of this ridge, and then tucked in nice and warm tonight. Really appreciate the stay tonight, Sean and Brandy. This weather is ridiculous. And it's rain, man, coming through snow. I'm so grateful to have a warm spot to stay tonight.